But when I woke up in the morning, because I left them in overnight, right there, that was a clean paper towel when I put them in, and that's not poop or urine, that's a sign of Hey guys, welcome to another video here at Colubrids. I'm really enjoying this nice warm breeze we're getting out here. Nice hot day today. We had a little bit of rain a couple of nights ago, and now the sun's up. I got a nice little iced coffee from Starbucks. So I want to start off the video, just make a quick blessing to you guys. Thank you for watching the videos, and bless you. So we're gonna be doing more breeding today. I have a couple of unplanned pairings that I'm gonna show you. Actually, I know I have one, and a couple of pairings that didn't go too smoothly, but we still have time. So I'm gonna show you all that today. And then I got a lot of pairs that already locked up 3 times. So I gotta put the egg laying boxes in for the females. They're still about 30 to 40 days away from laying. None of them even had their pre-lay sheds yet, but I want to get those egg boxes in there. So I'm going to show you exactly how I make them, what I put in the egg laying boxes, and how I do all that. But now we got some pairings that I'd love to show you, so enjoy. So we're gonna start things off with Pennywise, this female extreme high white reverse Okatee from South Mountain Reptiles, with this candy cane male that I got from Carol Huddleston. I named him Frosty. Now this was not a planned pairing, but I was just looking at these two and I said, I think they would make some incredible babies, and I'm aiming for high whites and intense reds with this pairing. Both of these high white, so I think the outcome will be absolutely amazing. Now I am pairing Frosty also to a candy cane female named Miami, but so far no luck between the two, and we have a confirmed lock within like 5 minutes with these two. I'm excited. So it's been about 45 minutes since I paired Frosty, my candy cane, with Pennywise, my extreme high white reverse Okatee. Check it out. They're still going at it. Look at the tails, nice and locked up. So it's been about, I'd say, an hour they were locked up, and now they're done. So I'm gonna take out Frosty. What a beautiful candy cane male. And that female, oh baby. So Ultra Male Okatees, one of my absolute favorite corn snakes. One of my favorite Okatees, especially when they're really, really nice and extreme. Now my first one right here is Daffodil, the female from Glen Reptile stock. Really, really beautiful girl. And I'm gonna be pairing her with Dusty Rhodes. Really nice, extreme Ultra Male Okatee from Glen Reptile stock. Now my goal with this pairing is to possibly get babies that are even more extreme than the parents, or at least hold back the few that are the most extreme, and just continue working with those lines. Now top quality stock from Glen Reptiles. Check it out.
Sure, it's not a fancy degree. I'd like to do what I love, but what if I'm not good enough? Split personality, sometimes sour, sometimes sweet. An M. Night Shyamalan story called Everything's Peachy. Can we just skip straight to the plot twist, please?
So I just brought these two inside. I'm gonna close up the bin. I'm gonna cohab these because I haven't seen a lock between the two. So if I cohab them, keep them together for about a week or two, and maybe I'll see signs of evidence. Now you can see when I bring them inside in this dark room, you can see the difference in the colors. It's hard to really see it, but when I brought them out in the sunlight, those colors just glow. So we're gonna leave these two alone and hope for the best. Sometimes you just leave them alone and magic takes its place. So this next pairing I'm really excited about. Pumpkin, my extreme reverse ochre tea from Lee Abbott, with Oakland, my extreme Annery ochre tea from Lee Abbott. Now, my goal with this pairing is to pull those dark blacks from Oakland and infuse it into the babies, because Pumpkin is reverse ochre tea. So all the babies are going to be regular extreme Abbott's ochre teas, but with a lighter base skin tone from Pumpkin. And then if I can pull those dark black saddles from Oakland and infuse it, so these babies hopefully will be really extreme. They'll have those nice red saddles but extra black surrounding them, nice and extreme. Now that's my goal. How will it come out? I'm not 100% sure. Now I did try pairing these last year with no interest, and I haven't seen a lock, but check out this video. This extreme Annery ochre tea male and Pumpkin, you watch my videos, you know Pumpkin, my reverse ochre tea. She had a beautiful clutch last year with Riddler, and I actually tried to pair Oakland with Pumpkin last year with no luck, and I did put them together last night. I couldn't film a lock. There was no lock on film. I didn't see them do the deed, but when I woke up in the morning, because I left them in overnight, right there, that was a clean paper towel when I put them in, and that's not poop or urine. That's a sign of a lock. So this is amazing. I really want to see how a beautiful reverse ochre tea like this will be influenced by an Annery ochre tea like this with such deep saddles. I'm trying to get deep black saddles on a light base tone. So last year these two did not lock in front of me. I had cohabbed them for a couple of weeks. I never saw a sign of a lock, and I didn't have it bear bin or paper towel. I just had the Aspen bedding in, so I never saw signs of a lock. I didn't know that they did lock, but I noticed Nevada starting to swell up, so I put an egg laying box in, and we had a nice clutch of babies, only 6, 2 of which I hold back. They were absolutely gorgeous, so I think they're just shy breeders for now. Maybe they'll get a little bit more comfortable with each other going forward, but for now it looks like just give them some peace and quiet and they get the job done. So I'm gonna close this up and come back later tonight and see if any action took place. So for my next pairing is between Rose and Magneto, 2 salmon snow stripes from Carol Huddleston. I picked up a couple of years ago and they're absolutely beautiful. I was planning on doing this pairing in 2026. Now these two are of age to breed, but I was just gonna do it next year, but My gut just told me the time is right, so I put them together. Now let's see what happens. This is Magneto, my salmon snow stripe from Carol Huddleston. So pink and has such a beautiful, it almost looks like a pixelated pattern. So this is my first time introducing the two. That's Magneto. And there is Rose. So this is the first time that these two are together. These are first time breeders, and there was actually no connection. They didn't lock up. I watched them for about 20 minutes, so I wound up putting them back in the rack and just letting them be. And I waited. I didn't see any action, but I do have a surprise for you. So it's the next morning, and I checked up on Rose and Magneto, my salmon snow stripes that I paired. I never seen them lock, so I left them in overnight. I'm gonna cohab them. And look, this is why I put some paper towel down right there. Evidence of a lock, so we have a confirmed lock right there. And it looks like he got the job done. So I'm gonna leave them together for a couple more days. This is really good news because this is the first time I was pairing these two, and I wasn't sure if we were gonna have any romance. So we're gonna make some pink babies. Oh yeah. Now if you like those two salmon snow stripes, Rose and Magneto, and you like Frosty, that candy cane male that I showed you, just click the link above the card. I'll show you the unboxing video if you want to check it out. All three of those babies are from the same unboxing video that I did many years ago when they were tiny babies. Some awesome footage, so check it out. So this is Miami, my candy cane motley from Carol Huddleston, and I'm pairing her with Frosty, my male candy cane with a frosted look, also from Carol Huddleston. Now this is like my fourth time pairing them, and they don't seem to be too interested, though I did see Frosty try and almost get a lock on her, but she rejected, and that was last week. So what I'm gonna do is just keep these together, cohab them, and keep checking up. Maybe we'll get lucky. So after the male and female pair up and lock, you remove the male after the deed is done. It's gonna be about 30 to 45 days until the female lays her eggs, and usually about 2 weeks or 10 to 14 days before laying, she has what we call a pre-lay shed. Now, I like to put in my egg laying boxes usually right before she has her pre-lay shed. You could do it right before or right after, however you want to do it. But the important thing is that you have an egg laying box in there, because if you don't, she's gonna look for the nearest humid, wet place to lay her eggs, and it's gonna be the water bowl most likely. And if she lays the eggs in the water bowl, the eggs are gonna die. So you wanna put an egg laying box in. It's really easy to do. Now I have this little Rubbermaid. This is meant for food. A little container. You can buy it at your grocery store. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Target. You want to order it online. It's only a couple of bucks. They usually sell them in like 3 packs. That's how I got this. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't expensive at all. And all you gotta do is cut a hole. Cut a hole on the top. I use a razor blade. I go around and pop it out. Just make sure it's nice, kind of smooth. If you have to file it down on the edges just to make it smooth, do so, but as long as you could rub your finger around it and not get cut, it's good enough for the snake. And just make sure the hole is large enough so she can fit in and out. So we got this at Home Depot as I showed you. Just regular sphagnum moss. I use the one for orchids. It's really good. I've been using it for years. If you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get the AAA New Zealand sphagnum moss, but that's more for like if you're gonna house a frog and you're gonna leave it in there as a permanent substrate. It's a lot more expensive than this stuff, which wasn't expensive at all. So you could probably use tap water. Wouldn't be a problem, I don't think. But I like to use spring water. Always use the best here. So we're just gonna put a little bit of water. I have a good eyeball for this. I've been doing it for quite some time, but it's always better. You could put a little bit less and keep adding. And I'm just gonna mix it up until it gets to the right moisture content that I need. And it's actually perfect. I put just the right amount. Now look how it looks now. It did go down a little bit, but the test to see if it's right, you want to put it in your fist and squeeze it. Just give it a good squeeze. Not as hard as you can, just give it a nice good squeeze like you're gonna wring something out. If there's no drips of water coming out, and there's no drips coming out here, and it clumps like that, nice and formed, it's perfect. If you put the water in, you mix it up, and you squeeze it, and it's dripping wet, there's too much water. So all you gotta do is wring it out until there's pretty much no more water. You can feel it, it's moist to the touch, but not wet, just moist. So it's gonna create a nice humid hide for those eggs. And now you just close it up. Make sure it snaps on all corners, because now the top only has this one hole, so it's gonna be nice and moist. She's gonna go in there, lay her eggs, and when the time comes, you could just take this out, remove the eggs. It's a thing of beauty. So there, I put in the egg laying box, and that's her regular hide. This is for Raiden, my female extreme Anery Okatee. And there she is. Look how beautiful she is. Look at those beautiful dark saddles. And often when they're gonna shed, before she has her pre-lay shed, she might go in there. They like the moisture to help them shed as well, but when the time is right, she's gonna go right in there, and usually you'll see them on the bottom. That's where they normally lay the eggs. Sometimes they lay them right on top, but it's very important to have, because you don't want them laying the eggs in the water bowl. All right guys, so I'm gonna do one more bin on camera for you guys. Now this is Paprika's bin. She already locked 3 times with Riddler, so I'm gonna make her egg laying box. Now we got our dry sphagnum moss. It's dry. I'm just gonna put a little spring water. That should be enough. Now we're just gonna mix it up. And you could start off with a little bit of water and just keep adding as you go along until you get the perfect amount. And if you get too much water, you could just wring it out. So just by touching this, I could already tell that it's the perfect amount. I've been doing this long enough that I know. Now I'm just gonna mix it real good. There's a couple of dry spots in there. You want everything to be evenly moist and distributed. And now for the test. I get a clump in my fist and I squeeze. There's no water coming out, and when I let go, see how it holds its form because it's moist enough? But it has just enough moisture. It's damp to the touch, but it's not dripping wet. You don't want it to be dripping wet, just nice and damp, so it could provide that perfect amount of humidity. Now this one, all right, that's perfect. So now just fluff it up, make it like a nice little blanket for her. Now I'm gonna cover this up, make sure the lid seals perfectly so it's nice and all that moisture can stay in there. The hole's just large enough so she can fit in there with a little bit extra room, because
once she starts swelling up with eggs, she's gonna be a little bit wider around. And I usually just keep that towards the back of my bin or my enclosure, nice and peaceful in the back where it's dark and she could lay those eggs. Perfect.
Another important thing to note, every about 4 days, just touch the substrate, the moss. Make sure it's still got that damp touch to it. If it dries up, just add a little bit more water. If she's not in there, you could add more and mix it up. If she is in there, just add a little bit more water, and it usually evenly distributes and just stays nice and moist. Just don't let it dry out. So it's really late at night, and I was just looking at paprika, and I noticed on my chart it's been 7 days since I paired them and they had their last lock. So I put Riddler in. It's been about 5 minutes since I put him in, and he's already locked up with paprika. So this is their second lock. Late at night, it's almost midnight, so we got some late corn snake action going on here. So I could put this down in my book for record keeping, and probably get one more lock, I'd say, in about another 6 to 7 days, and that should be it. So I still have a couple of pairs that I showed you that haven't locked yet. I haven't seen anything. I'm just gonna cohab those. Keep checking for signs of evidence, because some snakes might just be a little bit more timid and want their privacy. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. I still have the king snakes. Still not shut out yet. We're still waiting on that. They came out later. They came out after the corn snakes, so I still got my king snakes. So we still have a lot more breeding stuff to go over before we even get eggs. Now this was a long video. I have a lot of stuff to show you, and I just am so happy that I'm able to share this with you guys. Now if you have any questions, feel free. I'm hungry. I got a nice dinner waiting, so I'm gonna eat some food. I'm gonna edit some videos and just check up on some snakes. I'm gonna be hanging out here most of the night, see if I catch any locks so I can record it for you guys. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making the video, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.